Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, August the 12th. Welcome to the Spiritual View, where we see a number of you have joined us. Hi, Joanna, Rebecca, Joe, Spiritual Warrior. Let's see if there's anyone else. So we're all here in service together as one community. It's Monday morning. Many of us are waking up to our cup of coffee and caffeine. It's not light outside where I am. And so, yep. But we're very grateful for everyone, and welcome to the week of August the 12th. So today is actually the last day of the Lionsgate portal. And so if you have not done your last meditation or last connection with the portal, you still have one more chance. But let's have everyone say hello. I'm Sari, one of your hosts of the Spiritual View. Come on,
Hello,
guys.
hi. Go ahead. Sorry. Hi, I'm Dawn, Astrology and Tarot Alchemy. Welcome to everyone today.
Hi, guys. It's Jen with the Awakened Jen Tarot.
And Angie with Learn Love Tarot. Hi, guys. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. And if you're new to the channel, we're so grateful that you're with us. And if you are a regular, welcome back. We do these on Mondays and Fridays live, and we will share messages. We'll have some interactions. We're going to start first by doing just a very quick energy clearing, because we all beforehand said it might be with the week ahead, which Dawn is going to go through in a moment, the astrology aspect of this. We have a full moon coming up in Aquarius a week from now. And we feel like this would be a great opportunity for us to share what we're experiencing in the energy that's leading up to the 19th, and what we might need to pay attention to keep ourselves grounded and centered the best we can be for ourselves, but also for those around us who may not be as centered or grounded as they need to be. So with that, if everyone's got their cup of coffee, they're in a nice, safe space, we're going to ask everyone just for a moment. We're going to clear our chakras and protect our space. So if everyone can close their eyes, take a couple of nice, deep cleansing breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And just relax into your seat, your space. We're going to take it down a notch, and we're going to imagine this beautiful white light about 2 feet above our head at the soul star chakra. And we're going to allow this beautiful light to cleanse our auric field, our chakras, and to protect our space for our session today. The light moves down to the crown, the top of the head, gently cleansing, balancing, lifting us up, moving down to the third eye, down to the throat, the heart, gently cleansing, balancing, aligning, down to the solar plexus, continuing down to the sacral, next to the root chakra, to the tops of the legs. And that white light continues to cleanse and balance, moving down through our legs, our knees, ankles, feet, and toes. That white light continues down deep into Mother Earth and really grounds our energy, securing our space, making us feel safe and secure. The white light comes back up to meet our feet, working its way up to the ankles, the knees, the legs, going back through all the chakras for one last cleaning. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. And that white light continues out of our crown up into the heavens and connects us with God, with Source, all there is. And that beautiful white light comes out around each of us in this beautiful cone of protective light. We are also asking Archangel Michael to be with us today, to protect our space, and to be with us throughout the day, wherever we are traveling and going. And so be it, and so it is. All right, we are cleared and safe. You can do that before you get out of bed in the morning, before you go to bed at night. You can do it in 30 seconds. You don't have to do it slowly. But again, it's really great to have this practice to protect yourself and whatever practice you are doing and how you're working during the day. So with that, let's turn it over to Dawn, who's going to give us more information about the upcoming full moon in Aquarius.
Hi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly just share what the chart looks like, because we are in this energy now. And one of the things I will say is that we have, there we go. We have the energy of already the Mars Jupiter that is going to be, look at how close to a conjunction is that day. And this is one of the T-squares that's happening on that very day. So starting with the full moon, here's the sun and here's the moon, both at 27 degrees, right? 27, 27, going over to a T-square with Uranus, meaning that Uranus is the one that has the power here. So all of this unusual things that have been happening, we're going to get more. We're going to get more of that. Because it's in Taurus, it's in an area of fixed energy. There's going to be shakeups, and this can be on a global level. So here's the sun, the moon, and Uranus. And then the other T-square is Venus and Mars and Jupiter and Neptune. I'm sorry, and Saturn. So Neptune is actually connected up to this Uranus energy. And if you want to just add a little bit more interest into all of this stuff, Pluto is also trining Uranus within about 3 degrees. That's a close enough orb. So this is this is 0 degrees is, I think this is going to be global type situation that might be coming up, unexpected news from different parts of the world. A lot of this energy is already active now, like this Mars Jupiter energy, this Uranus Pluto energy, this energy that's going to be happening with, you have Mercury that just the day before was in a Cazimi with the sun as a retrograde. So anybody that has anything in those areas of the chart, one of the things that I think is going to be super helpful is the fact that we have the asteroid goddess Vesta of, what is your personal fire? What is important to you? What would you give up things for? What is really, really important? And that is at 27 degrees with the sun that day in Leo, the things that you love. So for me, and I'll stop sharing this here, but for me, that really tells me that there's going to be a lot of energy of things out there where we really have to determine what's important to us personally. And I jotted something down, everything, everywhere, all at once, all the time. We are very grounded energy in this community. And even us, we're like, wow, this is really strong energy. And I have noted that there are astrologers out there that just took like the little aspects of the Jupiter-Saturn square that's going on, which is kind of in effect for the next several months, and just focused on that in this particular full moon. And then they took other aspects, the Uranus aspects, and focused on that. There is just so much going on, and it's all the planets. If you were playing Planet Bingo, we would have a blackout because it's hitting every single one of the planets. They're all involved. And you have that Mars-Jupiter energy, which is like really strong, vibrant energy in Gemini. So it's not surprising that people are having racing thoughts, racing ideas, and Gemini is a very fast energy, and Mars and Jupiter there, that just expands that. So getting into a good grounding practice, personal protection, all of those things I think are really, really important right now, because I think us staying in the not having fear, not having anger, get away from some of that news. You can catch up on the news in 15 minutes every day, because there's just going to be so much out there, and you're going to have to wade through what is to you personally the truth or not. I also think that there's people that aren't spiritually grounded that this is affecting. I think that there's people that that they don't know what's going on, so they're kind of like, I would call that washing spin cycle where everything's kind of throwing them this way and that. And there's a lot of people that are confused and angry and fearful, and that kind of controlling energy comes out in difficult ways. So I would say, keep an area of protection around yourself, like with crystals and setting intentions, like we just did. And I think that you'll find that this energy it is going to affect you, but it'll be a better timeline. We choose that timeline, and it's not going to be anywhere near as strong as people who, are kind of like being pushed this way and that with the tides, right? So I think that, does any one of our people here have anything that they want to add what's been going on for them? Because this energy has started already. So I know Suri had some different things that were happening to you over the weekend. And if you want to just give people a taste of what that is.
Well, if you saw my video, it's kind of like it was quite unusual in the sense that everything from people returning in your dreams. My twin that I haven't spoken to in 5 years it was like a lucid dream, like he was right there in the room with me, and it's the first time that's ever happened. And then just some really unique things of seeing patterns and symbols and synchronicities of things that are not supposed to be there. And it was just a whole weekend that just got weirder by the second. So I'm sharing this with you as the energy of the Lionsgate portal is still around us. The veil is very thin, and we may all be experiencing lots of signs, synchronicities, surges of energy, lack of ability to sleep, really vivid dreams, connections on the other side of the veil. So if you are, it's normal. And I think that's the lesson for all of us is the energies are just kind of rolling up and down and backwards and forwards. And our job is to stay grounded and centered to who we are as souls. And as long as we can look at that and stay in the center of the storm, Dawn, I think with all the energies that you're referencing that are coming astrologically, we'll be in an okay place. So don't get rattled by what's coming. Just stay grounded to who you are and staying in that vibration of love. And that's all we can do. We cannot control what others do around us, and we can't respond to what others are doing. We can only control our energy and our frequency. So I think what you're saying is we need just to stay grounded in love. And that's the best advice for each of us as we go through the week ahead. And that's others may have things to contribute. Jen, Angie.
Well, for me, I've just had a lot of old triggering coming back. I mean, just some things that I did not expect to ever even have to be thinking about again. And I thought about that this morning, and I think I'm just being given the opportunity to see how much I've learned, to see how much I've grown. And, am I going to react in the same way that I did in the past, or am I going to take what I've learned now and make different choices? And I'm really trying to make those different choices. But I mean, those triggerings are real, and I am having to just really stay just grounded as much as possible. And I mean, pulling back and taking care of my energy as much as I possibly can right now. So if anybody else is going through stuff, I mean, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, I was sharing with the ladies before Jen popped on that I was up at 4 in the morning, but I went to bed fairly early. So normally I get up at 6, and I went to bed a couple hours earlier than I normally do. And I dreamt that Jen was teaching all of us how to make emperor thumbnails. For our videos, like we were each sharing them and showing our ideas and everything. I'm like, okay, that's strange. And then right after that, a song I've never gotten before. I usually get a song a day, not always, but usually. And it was the Sultans of Swing. And the band is Dire Straits. So if we're in dire straits right now, or it feels like we're in that energy, how can just in our mind we be in that little swing band? How can we still dance like no one's watching? We are halfway up my metaphorical roller coaster on how I describe the energies of the moon. We're halfway up. So that means we have one more week to the top of the full moon next Monday. It is an emperor energy because once we hit that dark new moon, we change to the emperor from the full moon of the empress. And that's when we're building the tracks. Today is the first quarter moon, which is always when our commitment is being tested. So every 4 weeks, we're going to have our black and white cookie moon, where it's dark on the left and light on the right, because you're turning on the light toward the full moon, right? Wax on. And this is when we decide, are we still hyped about this or not? What adjustments can I make? Am I checked in with my purpose? This is the little tweaking part, right? What adjustment can be made? If there are issues now, then what can we control? What can't we control? We're already in the cart. We're already in the cart. So the ride to a certain point now, from that midway point up to the top, is how can we make it more enjoyable, because we already got on. So maybe we paint the inside of our cart purple, if that's what makes us happy. Maybe we put up some fluffy pillows to make it feel less bumpy. We're gonna be inside of our head. Maybe we are putting a sound system inside of our cart and having music constantly play, so that is a easy way for us to keep our vibration high without having to do any work. To do that is music. So when things feel especially hard, just keep music on constantly. It can even be a 417 Empress vibration, and it's a tone. You won't even notice it's there. Just play it. There's so many free ones on YouTube that you can Google 417 Empress energy. And then in addition to that, we are in a Scorpio moon. So for me, that's when anytime the moon is in water, if you have a lot of water in your sign, in your chart, then that's when you're more intuitive. You feel things on a deeper level. So you're going to feel it more. You're going to feel a sting more than you would normally feel a sting. You can also, though, feel joy on the opposing side of that more than you would normally feel joy, right? So we've got to figure out which side, if you think of the moon card, which wolf are we going to feed? Are we going to feed the fear side, or are we going to feed the side that, okay, I can't control what's going on out there, but I can help me deal with it here on the inside. I can feed my soul. I can stay grounded. I can keep that music on. If you can play music, even better, even if you just have a drum, you know what I mean? If you can even do it on your table, just drumming grounds your energy. When you're taking a walk, using your walking stick, pounding it into the earth, that's how we can stay grounded. So I'm really interested to see where the messages go today. On Mondays, I love that the ladies let me go ahead and share with you guys the first peek into my community post as far as sketches, but you get the cat out of the bag today. We're making thumbnails of the emperor, and we are the sultans of swing. And the inspiration, apparently, that's on the Money for Nothing album. It was 1978 is when it was released, but it was a hit. It was a number 4 hit in 1979. So it hit number 4, which is the energy of the emperor, oddly or not enough. And then it was inspired because the singer was in Britain and listening at a pub that was fairly empty because it was storming, cats and dogs outside. And they were the Sultans of Swing was the name of the band. And this is what apparently lyrics.com claims anyway, is how the song was written. So without further ado, just really quickly, I'll get for you guys. I wanted to see what was on the split here. 12 water So there's that water energy that I was just talking about. In addition to that, it's a 12. And on my drawing with our angel number 838, 8 plus 3 is 12. And then the 3 plus 8 is 12. So I always see those as double energies. That would be double hanged man. So there's our hanged man, which is Pisces energy. And then I just got done talking about the moon in Scorpio. So that's fun. I mean, and look at the surrealness. Look how she's handling that flow. That's what we can control, right? We ride with the stream and the energy. We don't fight the current. Okay. And then on the other side of that, beautiful. Look at these blues and purples, beyond the mind. And that is a 20 card. So a card of judgment, that judgment energy of all the retrogrades that are happening, all the the re-examining, replanning, redoing. And just like the first quarter moon, we are checking in with that purpose. What do we need to redirect? How can we handle that energy? So I'll go ahead and keep that split. And then let's just get a card of advice. That's just beautiful. Look at how her third eye is firing up there. Remember, when our emotions or when we're in fear, we're blocking our intuition. So make sure that we're trying to stay grounded so that we can not do that. Okay, advice for dealing with these challenging rides. Full spectrum. We've got a 26 here, and that, I don't know about you guys, but 26 has been coming up a lot for me, as just in numbers wise. And there's the Merkaba down underneath this figure here. This is such a beautiful deck. It's like coming to the top of the ride, right? It's the giraffe card. It's the seeing something from the full perspective. This is just a moment in time. I am staying grounded. I have control on how I am evaluating the ride, even if I can't control the ride itself. We can't kind of control those energies, and people are going to do what they're going to do. But then how can we see it differently? In addition, she has the dragonfly wings. So this could have to do with past life energies, resurrecting old friends, neighbors, family members kind of showing up out of the blue, because we see all these skulls here down on the bottom of the card. And there's that peachy sacral chakra energy, and also the root that Sari had us ground into. That Merkaba is connecting the roots into the earth. And then you can see all of her chakras there. So if you're not familiar, we go all the way up the spine. They're energy centers of the spine. So I love that came up there, and there's all this new growth. She's reaching down and focusing on the growth that is coming rather than this beating hot sun around her. And she's up to her knees here in the earth. So again, I feel like the advice here is just to stay fully grounded. There's going to be old things resurrecting. There's going to be triggers presenting themselves to us. How can we react if they are familiar? What can we do differently this time to change the inside of the cart? Right? Because then we have that daddy saddy coming back to reward us. Remember, we do get rewarded if we learn the lesson. And then if we don't learn the lesson, Pluto's going to make sure the drill sergeant's going to come through and make sure we learn it. So let's focus on this lovely communication within ourselves and within our own intuition. And then the advice is to stay grounded and protected and focus on your own energy centers, seeing something from a higher perspective. Okay. So I hope that helps somebody. I know that feels way better to me.
Yeah. Angie, just a comment, going back to something that Jen said about triggers. One of the things that they keep saying from the Akashic Records is that we are in the quantum field, And time is really shifting, and linear time is a human concept, not their concept. And so past, present, and future are all kind of coming into the same timeline right now. And people may be experiencing some of the shifts. I certainly have recently, but as we're getting triggered, one of the things that you might want to think about, and this happened to me with my son over the weekend, we were being triggered by an old friend that had done something really bonehead to the two of us regarding my son's wedding. And as we were going through, she had come back around to my son, and my son said, well, how do you feel about that? And I said, it's just old energy. It doesn't resonate anymore. It's just old energy. It's just the past. We can't change that. And so the more work that I do in the Akashic field and spend in the quantum aspect, what they're telling us is that we have to get out of this concept of A plus B equals C, and that we have to, go back to the past in order to clear the future. It's all coming together. And so our job right now is to show up in the present moment in our energy, the present moment in, seeing what's around us and being grounded in that vibration of love. We cannot change the past, but we also can't predict the future because it's being created in the now moment. And so all of us, or I don't know if you have, but many of us have been programmed. We have to have a life plan. We have to, make a certain amount of money by this time. We have to have a job. We have to get married. We have to have children, whatever that life plan is. But what they're saying is all that's going away, and the past becomes less important because you cannot change it. But you can change in the present moment your reaction to anything from the past or even contemplating the future. So if you can think about how you frame time and being in the quantum field, our job is to be here in the present moment. And that is all we can control. And we don't need to worry about what happened before and after. We need to stay grounded in the here and now. And for me, it takes a lot of discipline to be able to do that. But if you think in your head that linear time is going away as we move into the age of Aquarius, it helps me just let go of stuff that's just not relevant anymore. And when my son looked at me, he's like, what a great way to look at this. It's just old energy. Let's move on. And we went on and had a great day. We didn't even hold on to any of the conversation, the energy, nothing. It was like, boom, gone. So you may find yourself as patterns come back through and challenge you when you are being triggered. If you focus on, I'm in the here and now, can I really actually change that? And does it matter anymore? And the answer is no, it doesn't. And so the more that you practice that, and I'm still learning, so I'm by no means any expert, but I think we should all expect to be triggered and things coming around from the past that presents an opportunity to say to us, have you actually healed? Have you moved on? And can you choose to react differently if you know that everything is now in the here and now? And I was like, that's kind of cool. Can't do anything about the past. Doesn't matter. I can only be here and be present and show up for those that I love and to love me too. So if that helps anyone, I think we're all learning together. There's no one that's a master of this because we've never done this before. So just sharing some of the learnings.
That's awesome that you said that because so the 26 that has been coming up is of course an 8, and then there's the double fours of our emperor energy from today. So now we have that 8-8, and Dawn just said that, or maybe it was Sari, was talking about the end of the Lionsgate portal. And literally what Sri just said is focus on what you can do. Shine your own light. That's what this card is. And it's shine your light. And she's a mermaid here. And then she has the energy coming out of her fingertips in a different way than this. So there's the earth. She has plants growing out of her fingertips. And then there's this mermaid energy and the environmental energy. So we have our bookends here of the 8-8. And that's the earth here. And then the water and the air. So fire and earth, air and water. Beautiful. And as Sari was talking, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even talk about the environmental card. And that's exactly what it is. She shined her light. And then her son said, what a great way to think about that. You learned the lesson, right? You showed that you changed your energy about it. So thank you for sharing that. That was gorgeous.
And I want to say thank you to Jamie, because she pointed out that there are solar storms off the charts right now. And I think that is very important, because we are getting that energy. We will have problems sleeping. We will have, because we have that Mars Jupiter energy also combining with all the other things that are going on. It's just, I want you to know that there's a lot of things going on, and you might get a sense of overwhelm. That's why it's important to stay grounded, and important to know what's really important with that Vesta conjunct the sun. And if you can release energy by walking, by doing any kind of physical activity, it doesn't matter what it is. And I know that in the readings that I have been doing, I have been getting a lot of strong earth energy, earth and water. Because I feel like the earth is going to be coming more and more into our prominence and importance. She's going to be taking over, is what I feel like. It's like, I feel the energy of Gaia is just going to be getting bigger and bigger, and we need to pay attention. And if we don't, she's going to make sure that she gets our attention. That's what I've been feeling. So are we ready to maybe do some readings here? I'm excited.
All right, so how do we want to do this? You've got your dice?
Yeah, I can go ahead and roll the dice, and how about whoever has the clicker that can put on each of us, whenever it's the next person's turn, just put the next person on, and I can roll the dice for that next person if you want me to for you, or you
Okay.
can just pick someone if you're feeling called to that name or question, kind of
Okay.
just go with the flow.
All right. All right.
So if you'd like a reading today, you can ask a question. It does help us with context since there's so many in the cards, but I just roll the dice, and the first person to type that number in can be the first up for a reading here. And while I'm waiting to see that number, if anybody else wants to go ahead, there's Ruby's Lighthouse. Okay, it was number 8. So with all the eights in the cards, there's that number 8 there. And if you do have a question, or if you just like me to go for it, Ruby, I usually kind of tap in regardless there, but feel free to ask a question if you have one. In general, I just ask what you need to know. So oh, well, you did today. Let's change the words to, I am so excited about winning. I'm going to win from now on. This is a wonderful sign that I'm in a winning energy. I love that you're excited, Ruby. Best and highest messages here for Miss Ruby. Let me move you out of the way here. I get all excited when Dawn talks, and I get to geek out over astrology with her. Must write everything down. Yeah. Beautiful Empress energy. So if we take that double hanged man energy of the 1212, that's also a 33. So double Empress. And then we got the two, we got that 44 double Emperor. So I'm going to stay right here. First 3 cards here and a bottom card here. So how I do this little mini spread is the outside 2 are book ending here. So these 2 energies blend, which are both energies of an ending and a beginning. So I really love this depiction of the 8 of Cups, because you see her looking in different directions. So there's the white energy of kind of looking back at the past and making peace with that. And then in that bright, in that beautiful orange dress that we saw here, in these energies here, that sacral chakra of creativity is coming in and moving forward, because making peace with that white light in the back means that we're not blocking our fear anymore, right? That sacral chakra is no longer blocked when we take a step forward. I love that there's a lake behind her. And remember that whenever there's a still body of water, there can still be many tributaries that have contributed to that water, right? To that lake. So there are many ways that you can follow to move out of that, and many different moods and modes you can use. But this card is all about making peace with the stillness of the lake, and then taking the movement, taking a tributary out of the lake and following that moving water into the bigger body of the ocean. And in this card, of course, is our Scorpio energy today with the moon in Scorpio. And this is what is ending so that we can create something new. There is the snake of knowledge wrapping around her cocoon. So this is showing me that we're contemplating, we might have made a decision, or there's something that, Ruby. So, but this is like the butterfly wings are almost there. We're still in that cocoon stage and about to emerge. Okay. And then in the center of the card, this would be indicative. It's the star energy, and there is a crow and a ship on her head. So for me, that can be a soulmate energy coming in. She is pouring here from the bottom of her dress. She's still kind of half fish skeleton, half human. So the energy is a little bit muddled there, but look behind her, this huge vortex, this portal of energy, that it's kind of like a sounding vibration for me too, like woofers moving. And when the star shows up, that means that the tower has already fallen. Okay. So the star is about the healing after that energy, but this is like pouring, this is getting the water moving again, like we saw in that 8 of Cups. Okay. And then crossing that energy is the Empress energy, which is beautiful. I love it, this rendition, because it shows, it's kind of like, reminds me of Britney Spears, how she'll wear some kind of like a nude leotard, but then it'll have diamonds on it. Or this one has like ivy and flowers and really, really beautiful. But this is a lot of creative energy here. Something's ready to burst forth is destined and fated. Right underneath that, these are the 3 fates. And one has a pair of scissors to cut, and the other one has a tape measure to measure the deeds. And underneath that, wow, this is environmental energy. There's someone in there with you. So I did say that ship. And these characters, interestingly, are also up to their knees. But instead of up to their knees in soil, Dawn was just saying she's been seeing a lot of earth and water. So even though this is a 3 of Pentacles and Earth card, they're up to their knees in water in this whole separate deck. Here is the Earth person, and here is the creative person, as you see this pen, this quill on the top for their heads. And then once they step into their emotions, the calmer waters, and they join hands, there is a crescent moon inside of this big jug, kind of like a message in the bottle. Someone is in there with you and holding that same creative dream. And once they join forces, then their heads appear, then their faces appear. So looks like a teammate is fated and destined for you in some kind of way here, Ruby. You're right in the stage about to come out of your cocoon, dear. Oh, good. I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Hi, I really got drawn to Grandma V, Veronica. So what I'm going to do is, the cards usually tell me how they want me to lay them down. So I'm going to ask for the energies of this week for you. So what does Spirit want Veronica to know this week? Top of the deck. Firm foundation. Grounding energy, grounding energy, grounding energy, right? Heart chakra. Again, I want to reemphasize that we are getting Vesta at that same degree as the sun coming up. So keeping that heart chakra space open, I think, is very important. Rejoice in celebration. Exactly. The Three of Cups energy. Exactly. Keeping that higher vibration puts you on a higher timeline always, 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 right? And I do want to pull, I know what cards they want me to pull, so I'm going to pull some more. But let me get, this is the Seven Energies deck. And this is just a beautiful deck for energy here. Okay. Great and full. Again, that message of really appreciating that Vesta spirit, what is really important, and being grateful for those things that are important in your life, right? The people that you love, not things, the people that you love. What else? A powerful move. I think we're going to be having a lot of things happening in the collective that are going to cause us to have to react in a certain way. But again, not out of fear, not out of anger. Make your choices from a heart-centered place with what's going on and seeing beyond, right? This energy of knowing what is going on in your area of your life, seeing beyond and having that higher connection. I think a lot of the problems that are going to be affecting the collective, we're going to be rising above a lot of that and not being in the energy of fear or like fear or anger. I feel like you have to really concentrate on stepping back from that. I think it's going to be difficult because we're going to have news coming at us like this all the time. Let's go ahead, and I want 3 last cards of information for Veronica. 3 last cards. Volunteers would be nice, but okay, you want me to cut the deck. Got it. 5 of Pentacles. Do not rely on hierarchy. Oh, let me put this in the center. Do not rely on hierarchy. I can't even say the words anymore. To solve your problems for you. I've just come to realize that when disasters happen or anything that you find is something like a hurricane in your life, it's the people that are your friends that are immediately around you that are going to be the help for you. Those are the people that you can rely on, that you can trust. Yes, 9 of Cups. Look at this energy. 9 of Cups, wish granted. You can rise above this. You can get much, much higher than this. And the last one. The wheel, divine timing. Yes, 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 yes. Right? So this really convinces me. Staying in that higher vibration, on that higher timeline, not living in fear, not living in anger, and being in your own tribe, right? Talk to people that understand you, right? And who get what you're saying. Like this group, they're like, oh yeah, bad dreams or crazy dreams or all of that. When you have the freedom to say what you want and not feel judged, it's a powerful moment for you. So I hope that was helpful to you. I think that there's amazing things coming for you. Just stay very, very grounded in your energy. Oh, yes. Yeah. I love that. I love that, Veronica. I hope that was very helpful to you. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to do Marianne. Marianne, you said you wanted to receive some messages today. And so I pulled from a number of decks. So I started with the angel number deck, and this is the number 0505. So you may be seeing this in a sequence when you're out and about in the world. And the significance of this is unexpected shifts, divine intervention, sudden challenges, love, pleasant surprises, or gut feelings. And it says, I. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you need to be. It could be your dream job. in someone else's arms, something that's unexpected, but you have to be open to the change. Now, this is an opportunity to step into. Now, I pulled another card, and this is from the Sacred Geometry deck. It's a beautiful card around communications. And you see it's a number 14. It also rounds to 5. So if you think about fives, they're all about change. And this is around communicating your truth. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both what you receive and also what you give out, through the lens of the heart and not the head. And again, Dawn, is kind of consistent with your message before. We're going to be experiencing change, but always look at what is your truth, Marianne, through your heart, and what you want to send out to the world and what you want to receive about your truth needs to be seen and felt from the heart. And I think that is a great message to have as we move forward into the energies of this week. I also looked at another deck. This is the Angel Guide deck. And this is a beautiful card, Marianne, of healing energy. And so it talks about the angels are enveloping you in healing energy at this time. And you have a lot of angels around you. So ask them for support and guidance. They're swirling around you, filling your mind, body, and soul with a soothing and peaceful light. They are guiding you to receive this healing energy and allow your body and soul to return to its natural state of balance and goodness. And healing is an energy that actually goes beyond the physical body. And healing angels are placing their hands all over you right now. So whatever healing that you are doing, ask and set the intention that the angels support you. And the last message I pulled from the Mermaid Tarot deck, and I just pulled a random card. And it's like, oh, I got the sun. Marianne, what a beautiful energy. And this is the most positive card in the deck. And so this is about positivity. It's about welcoming in beauty, beautiful energy. You're healing, you're going through change, and to embrace it. But the sun is to remind you that you will be successful in going through this transition. And again, it's around our intention. So let the angels speak to you and to send those healing messages to your body and to your soul. And remember to communicate through the heart what you want to send out to the world, but what you want to receive from the world. And speaking your truth from the heart is kind of your go-to this week as you look at navigating the energies ahead. Hope that helps.
Okay, so did we have
Sari,
anyone that wanted to go next?
I was going to say, just as an aside, Sari, you pulled the 5 and the 5, which is a 10. You pulled the 19, which is a 10. And I think you pulled a third 10. I can't recall, but today is the Wheel of Fortune day. Because we have 8 plus 3 plus 8, which is a 28. 2 plus 8 is a 10. That is the Wheel of Fortune energy. And its sister card to that is the Magician, because 1 plus 0 is 1. So when I was like geeking out over here too, because you're like all the 10s. I'm like, I didn't even talk about the 10 day, because it's the energy of that Wheel of Fortune, and it's the path of power. And we're seeing this. Dawn pulled the 3 first, then she pulled a 4. So that's the Empress and the Emperor energy. Balance, right? A 10 is 5 of change on each side. What can we change in our actions? What can we change in how we're surrendering to receive and accepting? So that, I just want to say that was beautiful. Jen, are you administering today, or are you polling?
I'm actually going to answer some questions in the comments. So while y'all are still talking.
Okay, while I roll the dice, I just wanted to read the spider card for, I think it was Jennifer, because spiders to me are always about. So I just rolled. If you want to go ahead and type in what number you think landed there. And then I'm just going to quickly read for Jennifer. For me, spiders are all about creativity. What web are you weaving? What are you creating? So if you walked through that door and you moved into your own house, what are you going going to create there? To me, that's saying there's all this creative energy available to you. You opened up a new door. This new house could have a lot more positive energy than the last one, a place where you can really unleash your creativity. Okay, so I'm just going to read Spider for you here from the Animal deck, the Animal Spirit deck by Colette Baron Reed. While I'm waiting on numbers to pop up here. Okay, Spider Spirit is a 56. That's an 11. Make your dreams real. The oracle message is weaving your dreams into the fabric of life begins with a single thread of intention. Then Spirit joins you as your co-weaving partner. Take but a single step to make your dream a reality, and Spirit will take 10 toward you. 10. For the universe is designed to support your dream weaving. What's that? Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night. I can't remember who sings that, but it's very very ethereal, very stars, very Empress energy. Spider Spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation with Spirit. Ideas and resources will begin to appear as if by magic as you begin to bring your dreams from the realm of intention into the world of senses where they take form. The action you need to take is to be clear about your intentions and then act as if you have become the one that lives the life you desire. The web of creation has an uncanny way of coming together to weave the beautiful pattern you set in motion. Another message from Spider Spirit is about any creative project you may be considering: writing, painting, music, journaling, gardening, etc. Now is the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you as something creative, even artistic and tangible. Creative projects are very successful now. So if you're inclined, let yourself be open to abundance. I hope that helped you, Miss Jennifer. I'll go ahead and get my person here, and then I'll let someone else take the next person while I'm doing their message, whatever, if you want to do that.
I think
through 9.
Dawn is going to do Delilah.
Hello, unmute myself. Yeah, a lot of good messages coming through. So, Delilah, I felt like you needed to hear something. I was just drawn to your name, so I go with that. So I'm going to do the same kind of reading for this week, your energies. Top card, throat chakra. Now, this is telling me that we have a very interesting Mercury retrograde going on. So I want to make sure you're finding your voice through this time coming forward, because I feel like Mercury being in retrograde, and if you have any planets or points in that 4 degrees of Virgo going back to 21 degrees of Leo, I think that is where your lesson is going to be for the throat chakra, because I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to allow you to find your voice. So let's take a look at deception and envy. Yeah, I think that there's someone that isn't being very honest or truthful. Hang on, just one more. Crown chakra. And you're going to know that because you have that higher connection to spirit. I mean, it's going to get harder. Honestly, it's going to get harder and harder for people to lie to us because we have that higher connection. It's just like we have that BS detector now that's going to be coming even more and more with all these light codes coming in for everybody. So the fact that you have the throat chakra and crown chakra, I think those are going to be enhanced for you. So I think that that is going to help you quite a bit going forward. So let's see what the messages are from the 7 energies. 7 energies. I would beware of people trying to give you untruths. Beyond the ordinary. Tap in. to those things that are special about yourself. And they are special. Throat chakra. I feel like you got a really strong Mercury energy. I feel like you do have very strong, because look at how this is blending in. This strong, you have something to say. You do. You have something to say. The Oracle's gift. And to me, that's under deception and envy. That's like, oh yeah, you're going to know. You're going to know when someone is lying to you. You are. You are. Okay. And crown chakra, time machine. Number 3 card. For me, I think that's something that Sari was talking about, how things that were in the past, it's old energy, right? And that time machine sense to all this energy that's going on. I think there's things that you need to just walk away from and leave alone and go with grace and move forward. Because I think this deceptive energy doesn't serve you, and you'll get a download, you'll get information about that. Give yourself time during this week. There's a lot going on. I had a jumper. The Fool card. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. You are on a new journey. You are on a new journey. Amazing. 9 of Pentacles. Independent woman. You can do this. You can do this. Lover's energy. Gemini energy. I swear, I think there's so many things. There's so many things that are going to be positive for you going forward. I know the energy is going to be really crazy this week, but I see that there's just so many opportunities for you to, and I especially feel with that throat chakra, keep that higher connection. Don't be afraid of using your voice, speaking your truth. And I think that is what's going to be really, really important for you. So I hope that was helpful for you. Okay? Thank you.
All right, and I'm going to do Siobhan. Siobhan, you wanted a message, and you're the first person that's going to see this card from the Rumi Oracle. And it is called The Impossible Made Possible. It's a number 9. So it suggests kind of you're at the end of an old cycle. And this is from Rumi. Love brings the sea into boiling and turns the mountain into a pebble. Love creates infinite openings in the dark sky and shudders the earth with its magnitude. So this is a card of dreaming big and thinking about whatever might be in your way. It suggests that, again, the message from Rumi is it's all about being heart-centered. And when we go to a place of fear, it's become aware of it and to drop down into the heart, because the heart will let us know that all things are possible. And so Rumi's message to you today is dream big, and the impossible can be made possible. And whatever you've been going through, a challenge, a difficulty, that is ending. And you are being given the opportunity to drop to the heart and to dream your heart's desires and to manifest that as you move forward. So you're my first card pull from this deck. I just got it last night. The card I pulled from the Sacred Geometry deck was around solar plexus chakra. Now, this is a 3 card, and this is around the frequency of the solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, and it's supporting our sense of self, our personal power, and to make sure that we bring in speaking our truth. Dawn, you just spoke to that, and these messages are all very similar for the week. And our willpower as well as our knowing of who we are. So you have an opportunity, Siobhan, to stand tall in your truth and in your power. And part of the solar plexus chakra is about what brings us joy. So as you look at making the impossible possible, the lens of the heart is really so key, but also what brings you joy and how do you want to manifest that? And the last 2 cards that I took out of the Mermaid deck, one was, this is a beautiful card of the 4 of Swords. It's about healing. And again, this is around a stable foundation. So you are taking the time to heal whatever from your past that no longer serves you. And I love this card that came out as the ending is trust your high priestess energy. You know exactly what is possible and allow your personal power and your truth to bring that forward. So stand in your truth, let your intuition flow, and that will guide you over the coming days. What a beautiful message, Siobhan. And I hope this resonates for you.
I don't know if you saw what had happened, Suri. I actually pulled cards for Siobhan too. I didn't know you were pulling. And so I put the message in the chat while you were talking, and we pretty much lined up a lot with what I had already said and then what you said. So I love the synchronicity, but I'll tell you what I said. Let's see. I said, Siobhan, I feel like you were dealing with a hard authority figure, feels very connected to your work, someone very overbearing. Changes are coming, but you are to move through this with grace and just to continue to align yourself with the people and places that are truly meant for you. Old cycles are closing and a whole new world is ahead. The change will be a good one. So I just thought that was just so cool that we didn't even like coordinate that, but you got like that same confirmation from both of us. So that was cool. All right. So I think we are going to close it out here because we're at the end of the hour.
I do want to say that if you have any of the readings that you feel connected with you, that was also meant for you. A lot of times when people are reading cards and you hear those messages and you're like, all of a sudden you get that little bump, you get that little hint. Yes, this is also can be a message that's for you. And you're like, oh, that sounds similar to my situation. Yes, then that message is also meant for you. And I hope people will take that with them, even though they might not have been the one being read. You will be able to get really important messages, especially as we're moving through this crazy week altogether, because everybody's getting that energy in. So I just wanted to put that out there that there's more messages than for just one person going on.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. If I could just finish this out, because literally I was going to say what Dawn just said, because the number that I rolled was a 2. Nobody picked a 2, and I said, well, Spirit, is this an everybody message then? And I got my ear confirmation. And then literally as Cerise said high priestess, I set my high priestess down. And then when Jen was talking about dealing with an authority figure, there was the emperor followed by King of Pentacles, which can be stubborn Taurus energy. So yes, yes, yes. And the cards that were that flew out first was the World. It also started on the bottom of the deck. Underneath the World was the Fool. So to see those come out at the same time, and Cerise started off by saying this new beginning, stepping into a completely new energy, was literally in real time as everybody was talking for the messages for everyone. So I was like, okay, well, what are they stepping into? And I got my jacked up Ray LaMontagne, here speaking of musicians. And okay, well, what are we stepping into? The King of Cups is a very fair and balanced leader. He's very intuitive. He has balanced his head and his heart. He lets his soul lead. He doesn't need to be out and about because he knows what's going on, and he acts accordingly and in a fair way. And then it was confusing because I love that came with the 8 of swords, and it's like, okay, that's weird. But for me, this always looks like a big chunk of selenite that she's attached to here. And for me, selenite is the cleansing stone. It affects, I have a huge chunk laying right here. It affects everything. It cleanses all the other stones, right? And it cleanses the energies. So you are alone, guys. Everybody here, all of us, we are in sole control of how we feel and see the energies, and how we cleanse our energies, and how we guide our soul. Okay. How we align those properties. This is the mental prison. And if we're telling the selenite that affects everything, right? That, oh, we're stuck, then we're stuck. But if we're telling the selenite, we're here to cleanse, I can't control what's going on around me. I can control my energy though. And how I control my energy then does and it's just physics. My energy alone is the only thing that controls my personal environment and how things turn out. And I'm like, okay, well, what is that all for? Hierophant energy. It's because this is a big, huge lesson. Times are a changing. New, like the whole shift into age of Aquarius, totally different. It's a different mindset. It's people work coming together. It's the community vibe. It's even money's changing. You know, everything's going to be changing. So I love that we can end with that. And many hands, you know, many hands make light work. What do we learn in the Hierophant? Everybody plays their part. I know that's a song, and maybe it was Barney, everybody do your part or whatever. I hated Barney. So, but because my nieces were like, they were obsessed with it. I'm like, oh my God, can we please find another song other than a song? But isn't it, correct me if I'm wrong there. I'm not up on my children's songs, but it's literally everybody, you know, clean up, everybody do your part. Or I think that's what it is.
That's what it is. You've got it going in my head right now. I'm not going to sing it though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm butchering
This
that
is
to
like
anybody.
Baby Shark. You'll never get it out of your head. The Barney song. Anyway. All right.
But
So
that was a lovely sweep up. It was just so, I was like, God, that's like literally as everybody was talking, the cards were coming on the table. So, so cool. So cool.
those are some great messages. Larissa, I think you coined it nicely. Soul Tribe Sisters and brothers, because we have some brothers joining us. We're
Yeah.
going to end for today. We are so grateful that you have chosen to spend time with us. I think these are beautiful messages, and hopefully they will resonate for you for this week, because we know we've got some bumpy energy, some highs and lows. Stay in the present moment, stay grounded and centered by what your heart tells you, and stay grounded with nature, and you be the rock, and everything that's swirling around you, let it swirl. You don't have to own it. So we have daily videos for you each day. You can join us. We have another live this coming Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll look forward to understanding how your week has gone. We'll pull some more cards. We'll have some more conversation. But again, we are one community united by spirit. And we are so grateful and humbled that you would take time to join us. With this, have a great Monday. Have a wonderful week. And we will see you again later in the week. Take care.